As you know, bullying has become a very personal cause, and I'm thrilled our first guest wants to take a stand with me. Joining us from New York City, please welcome the incredible Madonna. Hi, Madonna.
Hi, Ellen.
How are you?
I feel very far away from you right now.
I know. I'm sorry.
Now I feel close. Slightly closer now. They moved in.
Good.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, we're pretty close now. Look, wait, put your hands there.
Here?
Yeah, there. There. Yeah, almost.
Okay.
I'm trying to
This
stroke.
is a kind of...
Yeah, I'm trying to stroke your hair right now. I want to touch you.
Don't do that. I mean, don't do that because there's some head lice going around in my house.
Oh, no.
Take your hands off my hair.
No. Do you really have head lice going on?
Well, yeah, it's a reoccurring occurrence. It's a reoccurring occurrence? Is that correct?
Sure.
It reoccurs.
Uh-huh. That's terrible. Who has it?
Yes, it is. I'm afraid to lay down in my children's bed and put my head on their pillows because, you know, they jump around those lice.
Oh.
Anyway, don't stroke my... You've got doves in your hair. I might have lice in mine.
All
so
right.
Let's just stay away from each other.
If you look in a mirror, you'll see those lice, I guarantee you, if you look in that mirror.
I don't want that mirror you have.
No, I don't want it either. I've ripped it out of the wall. So, Madonna, first of all, I appreciate that you wanted to speak to this cause here because it is a very important cause to me, and I understand for you. So speak to us.
Well, I just feel like it would be incredibly remiss of me to not say something. I am incredibly disturbed and saddened by the overwhelming number of teen suicides that have been reported lately because of bullying. I mean, suicide in general is disturbing. Teenagers committing suicide is extremely disturbing, but to hear that teenagers are taking their lives because they're being bullied in schools and dormitories, what have you, is kind of unfathomable. And I know a number of people have already spoken out about it, but I feel like I need to say something. The gay community has been incredibly supportive of me. I wouldn't have a career if it weren't for the gay community. So you know, and I have... And I also have a teenage daughter, and I have ongoing discussions with her about this topic. So I feel like I just need to say a few words. So, I don't know, have a bit of a discussion with you about it.
Well, I think, well, thank you very much for doing that. I think people, as many voices, and especially for... What I continue to say is they learn from us, and a lot of the media is all about bullying. And the more popular we get, we become targets, and it is, I mean, we're bullied into adulthood.
On a regular basis, yeah.
And were you bullied as a kid, or did you feel different than other people when you were younger?
Yes, that's an understatement. I still feel different. Yeah, I mean, I can totally relate to the idea of feeling isolated and alienated. I was incredibly lonely as a child, as a teenager, and I have to say, I never felt like I fit in at school. I wasn't a jock. I wasn't an intellectual. There was no group that I felt a part of. I just felt like a weirdo. And it wasn't until my ballet teacher, who was also gay, took me under his wing and introduced me to a community of artists, of other unique individuals who told me that it was good and okay to be different, who brought me to my first gay disco and ironically made me feel like I was a part of the world and that it was okay to be different. And I can't imagine young kids today going through their adolescent years not having somebody that they can talk to, somebody that they can have an affinity with, that tells them and reassures them that it's okay to be who they are.
I feel like what kids don't understand is what makes you different and what makes you unique and feel isolated, the way you said you did. It also sets you apart and makes you special. And when you get older, usually it's the bullies who don't end up doing anything with their lives at all. They end up the losers.
Well, it's being unique and feeling different is what will ultimately serve you well in the bigger picture, but you've got to get through the rough patch of feeling like you don't fit in. So, you know, as I said, it's important to have, everybody should have somebody in their life that they can feel encouragement from, whether that's a parent, a counselor at school, a teacher, something. I mean, we need to have a kind of a community, and I mean, obviously it starts at the home. It starts in the home with parents and their relationships with their children. I think people need to realize that we are all contributing to this bullying, to the bullying zeitgeist that exists right now, and we need to pay more attention to our own kind of crazy attraction to it.
Right. What do you say to your children, Madonna? What do you talk to them about? You said you're starting to have these conversations. When you talk about bullying, what do you say?
Well, for instance, my daughter came to me the other day, and you know, we've been talking about this a lot, and she was talking about some kid in her school who was basically making rude remarks about other kids being gay, or you know, everybody wearing purple to school, for instance. And I think she was very disturbed about this. And so we had an open and frank discussion with my 14-year-old and my 10-year-old about people's prejudices and where they come from. Because usually when people are bullying somebody, they're afraid of something. They're afraid of the unknown. They're afraid of something that's unfamiliar to them. Or they've been bullied themselves, because let's face it, if you've been bullied as a child, it's going to come natural for you to bully somebody. It just perpetuates.
Right.
So we talk a lot about the importance of not judging people who are different, not judging people who don't fit into our, you know, accepted view of what's cool and what isn't, and really just, you know, think about it across the board. The concept that we are torturing teenagers because they're gay, it's kind of, like I said earlier, it's unfathomable. It's like lynching black people, or you know, Hitler exterminating Jews. I mean, sorry if I sound like I'm going on a rampage right now, but this is America. We're, you know, the land of the free and the home of the brave, and we are, you know, we're a country that was formed by people that wanted to get away from an old-fashioned way of looking at life, that wanted to come together, you know, different backgrounds, different religious beliefs, different skin colors. You know, we've all come together to live as one, and we have no right to judge people by the color of their skin, by the religious path they want to follow, by the sexual preference that they have. I mean, we are in no position to judge, and it sounds like a cliche, but all you have to do is think about somebody beating up on you or bullying you for some choice that you've made in your life. I mean, you know, do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
That is the most important thing. To try to remember that, I think it's just that simple. It's just that simple that you're no better than anyone else. If you're judging someone, then they can judge you.
You're setting yourself up to be judged,
right.
And you're saying it's okay if you judge me.
Right. Right.
And you know, I think it would be interesting for everybody to try one simple experiment. If you want to talk about solutions or how can we solve this problem, try to get through the day, each and every one of us, if we could just try to get through the day without gossiping about somebody, without gossiping about anybody. And not only that, but not even listening to gossip, just walking away from it. I mean, can you imagine what your day would be like, how much more free time you'd have?
Yeah.
And also think you'd feel a lot better about yourself. Because I think you get like an instant hit of adrenaline when you gossip about people, but then I think you feel empty afterwards.
I think it's a good challenge. I encourage it. I think it's just about really just thinking there's somebody else on the other end of that. And so whether it's just between a friend or a group of people. Madonna, I think you're an amazing woman. And before I let you go, when are we going to hear another album? We're waiting for another album.
Never, Ellen, never let me go.
Okay, I will never let you go, Madonna. I know you're finishing up a film right now, your second film, right, that you're directing?
Yep.
And
I'm editing it, and as soon as I'm done, I've got to get my butt in the studio and make some more music.
We can't wait. We can't wait. You're amazing. I'll see you soon, Madonna. Thank you so much. We'll be back with Kate Walsh after this. Thanks, Madonna.